give that to her later.
So you have a band and the engagement
Yes.
ring? Let's just do the band.
Just the band? Okay. So keep the engagement ring out of it. Sounds good.
Okay. Akahayena Hawaii lo kahia kulike olu olu kamanao ha'a ha'a ko kulana ahunui alana ye aloha
Beautiful.
You can join hands together. I'm gonna have you take one step forward towards me. Well, aloha. We're here today on this beautiful day, this perfect day, on this empty beach here in Hawaii to celebrate love, to celebrate aloha. Now the word aloha, it's a very, very special word, but it's also a very common word, one that gets used quite frequently. And I think on a day like today, it's important to understand the true meaning of the word, because it's not just a hello or a goodbye like some people think. The word is the true essence of love, and it comes from two words, the word alo and the word ha. Alo meaning to face something, to stand face to face and share something important, and ha meaning breath or spirit. Now today you'll be sharing your aloha, your breath of life, with this person that you've come so far with. But the word aloha can be broken down even further than that. Every letter in that very special word stands for its own word in the Hawaiian language that has a little bit to do with what love is all about. And the chant that I did to begin today's ceremony explains these 5 very important pieces. The first A stands for akahai, or kindness. That's certainly where love begins. I'm sure that's what brought you together in the first place. The L stands for lokahi, or unity, togetherness. That's how love survives. I'm sure that's what's kept your relationship strong through your journey so far together. The O stands for olu, or gentleness, compassion. The H for ha'aha'a, or humility. And the last A stands for ahunui. The last line of the chant says, ahunui ala nakila. It means with patience comes the victory. And the two of you stand here today truly victorious. Because no matter where you've been or how you got here, you're standing here today telling your partner that you will always be there. You will always stand by their side through anything that comes their way. Whether the days are perfect, like today, it does not get much nicer than this. Or whether there's a storm that comes in from the horizon, not every day can be like this. And there will be times in your future where there will be ups and downs and good times and bad times and easy days and challenging ones. But the great promise that you are making to each other is that you're saying that you will never have to walk this road alone again. Now that is a wonderful promise. It's a beautiful decision. It's also a very big decision. Maybe one of the biggest decisions a person can ever make in their lifetime. Because for the most part in our lives, we don't have the opportunity to choose who our families are. Usually our families are something we are given. Our children are something we are gifted. But our spouse, our partner, that's the family that you get to choose for yourself. And so you stand here today choosing each other to not only be your partner in life, but also to be your family. And I can't think of many bigger decisions than that. But for just a second, speaking of family, I want to gaze off in this direction. And I want you to know that even though there's only a handful of us here in person watching today, there are so many people tuning in sending their love, supporting you. I'm sure wherever they are, they're having a celebratory cocktail maybe, but they're definitely encouraging this love. They wish they could be here to support you, but tuning in is just as good because their energy, their spirit, their aloha is here today too. But when times are the most challenging, I want you to look towards each other. So if you could do that now, I'm going to have you turn towards each other. I'm going to take your bouquet for you. You can join hands. I'm going to have you take one step towards me, Jorge, just like that. Perfect. And I'd like you to look at each other, truly look at each other. And I want you to think back to the first day your journey together started, the first time you saw this person's face. Think back to your first date. Oh, there must have been a good story there. How about your first kiss? Do you remember? It must have been a good one then. Good job, Jorge. How about the first moment you felt your heart truly choose this person to give your life to? The first moment you were sure. And then the moment you knew your partner was sure as well. Wasn't that a good feeling? Think back to every beautiful, wonderful, amazing memory that you've had the opportunity to share with this person. And now today, where all of those moments, all of those beautiful memories have led you here in this moment, holding this person's hand to tell them that you will never take them for granted. And think forward to every wonderful, beautiful, amazing moment you have yet to share together. Because the journey here is just the beginning, just the next step in your great adventure together. Now, Jorge, I'd like you to look at Leslie a little bit closer because today you are a lucky man and you have a big job to do. It is your job as her husband to stand by her side for the rest of your days. It is your job to be her hero and her champion and allow her to be the wife and the woman that she was meant to be for you. Can you do this for her?
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, Leslie, I'd like you to look at Jorge a little bit closer as well, because today you are a lucky woman as well. And it is your job as his wife to also stand by his side for the rest of your days, to be his confidant and his cheerleader, and allow him to be the husband and the man that he was meant to be for you. Can you do this for him?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. I'm going to ask you now to join hands right through these leis. Leslie, I'm going to have you turn your shoulder open just a little bit more. Perfect. Now, the beauty in these leis are not in what they contain. Each seed or shell has been woven together, and so when you present this lei to your partner, you're presenting a combination of all the memories, all the great traits, all the faults too, but everything that makes you who you are. Every little piece is just a tiny symbol of the great promise that you are making to each other on this day. The beauty is not in having it or making it or wearing it. The true beauty is in giving it to someone. And so I'd like to bless these lei as symbols of your love for each other. E ho mai ka ike mai luna mai e. O nā mea huna no e au. O nā mele e hu mai. E hu mai. E hu mai e. I'm going to ask you now to present your lei to your partner and then a kiss on each cheek. I'm going to ask you now to repeat your Hawaiian vows to each other. So if you can both at the same time, please repeat after me. Eia,
Ia,
au,
au,
eia,
ia,
oe,
oi,
ka ho'i ho,
ka hoi ho,
ke aloha,
ke aloha,
no kau,
no kau,
a kau,
a kau,
e kipa mai,
e kipa mai,
ke aloha,
ke aloha,
aloha vau,
aloha wau,
ya oe.
ia oi.
Wonderful. You did quite well. Now here's what you said. You said, here I am and here you are, standing here as we're surrounded by our love. For all of time, let us remember to invite love back in, because it's you that I share my love with. Now today you've exchanged vows and you've exchanged leis, but you've also brought rings as symbols of your love for each other. Can we have those rings?
Yes.
Now the beauty in these rings are not in what they contain, even though they're beautiful and precious and valuable. The true beauty is in what they represent. I'd like you now to take the ring for your partner and hold it in the palm of your right hand. You can take hers as well. You can hold them right next to each other. Your other hand can go underneath your partner's. Now as you wear this ring on your finger, it's like your partner holding your hand. So if you ever feel sad or scared or lonely, you can draw strength from this ring, just like your partner being there by your side, even if you're an ocean away from each other. And so again, I'd like to bless these rings as symbols of your love for each other. 3 times for your past, for your present, this very moment, and for your beautiful future together. Wonderful. Jorge, I'm going to have you close this hand and put it right down at the side. Your other hand can turn over flat. Presley, you're going to hold the ring halfway to his finger. Okay, so you can hold it just like this. Yep. This hand can go right underneath, halfway, and you're going to repeat after me. This vow is my promise.
This vow is my promise.
And this ring,
And this ring,
my gift of love to you,
my gift of love to you,
with all that I have
with all that I have
and all that I am.
and all that I am.
I promise to always
I promise to always
be faithful and honest,
be faithful and honest,
patient and kind,
patient and kind,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I will believe in you.
I will believe in you.
I will believe in us,
I will believe in us,
because love never fails.
because love never fails.
Wherever our paths take us,
Wherever our paths take us,
we will go together.
we will go together.
For all of my days,
For all of my days,
I give myself to you.
I give myself to you.
Please place the ring on his finger. Wonderful. I'm going to have you hold your left hand out this way, a little bit more this way. And you can put the ring on with your left hand. Your right hand will go right underneath, halfway, and you're going to repeat after me. This vow is my promise,
This vow is my promise.
and this ring,
And this ring,
my gift of love to you,
my gift of love to you,
with all that I have
with all that I have
and all that I am.
and all that I am.
I promise to always
I promise to always
be faithful and honest,
be faithful and honest,
patient and kind,
patient and kind,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my abilities.
I will believe in you.
I will believe in you.
I will believe in us,
I will believe in us,
because love never fails.
because love never fails.
Wherever our paths take us,
Wherever our paths take us,
we will go together.
we will go together.
For all of my days,
For all of my days,
I give myself to you.
I give myself to you.
Please place the ring on her finger. Now we've come to the most intimate and sacred part of today's ceremony. It's the honi honi, or the Hawaiian kiss. Now this is where the word aloha comes from. So I'd like you to get close as you share your breath, your spirit, your soul, this person. Ho'onani ka makua mau, ke ki me ka uhane no, ke akua mau, ho'o mai ka ipu, ko ke ia'au, ko ke la'au, amene. Wonderful. Now there's one last tradition that I want to share with you. Now here in Hawaii, when you talk about where you come from, you call it your one hanau, or the sands of your birth. Now, it's not necessarily the physical place that you're born or raised. It's all the places that have become a part of your journey, a part of your story. So these 2 little bags of sand represent your one hanau. If you look at the sand, it all looks the same. We're all made from the same stuff. But if you look closer, you can see that every grain is actually special and unique and different, just like you are. But after today, nothing will be quite the same because you'll never be two separate things ever again. So I'm going to ask you now to open your bag of sand. I'm going to ask you to pour your sand into this bag. This bag represents your future, your lives together from this point forward. Wonderful. I'll take those for you. Thank you. Now, as you look at this new sand, nothing has changed. The individual grains, you're still the exact same people that you were yesterday. But Leslie, you'll never be able to take your sand away, right? Jorge, you'll never be able to figure out what was once your sand from hers. And just like your lives from this point forward, you will forever be blended, never be able to be separated. And no matter where you go in this big wide world, a little piece of this beach goes with you as part of your Onehanau for the rest of your lives. I'm going to hold that for you. I'm going to ask you to face each other once again. Have you take one step closer this way. Okay, perfect. And I'd like you to look at each other because today you make a very important decision. Today you give one of the greatest gifts there is to give. And at the same time, you receive that same gift from someone else. But with that gift comes responsibility. And there are things that you have to agree to in order to make your relationship work. You know, I get the great honor of bearing witness to vow renewals quite frequently of people that have been married for 40, 50, sometimes even 60 years. And so I always ask them, how do I get there? How do we all get there? What's the secret? And they always tell me, there's no secret. But I think what I can gather from what they've told me, you just have to give a little bit more than you take. You just have to be willing to bend sometimes instead of having your relationship break. You have to treat each other with respect and dignity and kindness every day and hold your relationship and your partner, this family that you are creating here today between the two of you, as sacred. And if you can do that, then you have everything you will ever need in your hands right now. So I'd like you to look at each other as I ask you this very important question. Leslie, do you take Jorge to be your husband, your partner, and your friend all the days of your life?
I do.
Jorge, do you take Leslie to be your wife, your partner, and your friend all the days of your life?
I do.
Then it is my great honor and privilege to pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
We did it. You want to say? Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah.